Oh no!
And you cover your mouth and be like, "Yeah, that's funny," and just talk with me. You're like, "Oh, that's interesting."
I'm all pressing these buttons.
You have no idea what's. It's just going all. It's going all over the place. You just don't know.
I should not be laughing before this. Your face.
Oh God, this is not good.
Oh, your
This is
face,
not
because you're just like this.
I'm just waiting.
Me too. He's not showing up. He's not coming. Just kidding. Oh God, I'm nervous.
Hello, retards. Welcome to episode number 13 of Talking About Real Shit podcast with yours truly, Dennis, and my good old sister,
Ina.
Today is our first episode with a guest.
Oh.
And it's not just any guest.
David Weiss.
David what? David Weiss of the Flat Earth Podcast. He's in it. He is in the podcast, and we will have that interview here shortly, but we're just going to kind of start with what we have going on with questions and stuff like that. So I'm excited, nervous. I'm scared that you're going to get converted.
Likely so.
Yeah.
Because at one point before the podcast, before everything, before TikTok, when I would just go on YouTube and get into the YouTube black hole, I was this close to believing in flat Earth. Like, they almost had me convinced. I'm serious.
Why?
I can't even recall. I just almost got scammed by a makeup Amazon thing. I am fucking dumb.
That is
okay?
true.
It does not take much. Someone could literally knock on my door. I would be the type of person that falls for shit when it's like, oh, my car was broken down. Next thing you know, they find my body cut up into pieces. I'm like, I didn't fucking know. Like, well, he was carrying a hatchet. How would I know? It's like I'm so glad you did that.
I do it every time
I feel
now.
like we're friends now.
I thought we were more than friends.
We're just acquaintances.
We're just business partners.
Business.
But yeah, that's what I'm worried about you, because you do get.
I'm walking in here a globe Earth believer, walking out a flat Earth supporter.
Supporter.
They want my money? I'll support them. Next thing you know, I'm like supporting all their podcasts, and I haven't even liked ours. Next thing, I'm like part of it. I'm his guest. I'm his like
his co-host.
Yeah, Costco
hot dogs. I love Costco hot dogs.
Fucking Costco pretzels. I'm so sad they don't have them anymore.
They haven't had them.
God damn, replace it with a fucking churro. Like that's any better? Like that's
it's
any
good,
better?
But it's not.
It's
better.
not that. It's not fucking pretzel good.
No, not at all.
That salty, doughy goodness.
With the cheese. Do you like the cheese?
No.
Shit. What time is it? I'm excited. So we
have 12 minutes.
We're 12 minutes away.
We should have a little countdown. Everyone's cheering on. All our viewers are like anticipating edge of their seats.
10,
tuning in. 9, 8.
It's like New Year's, and it's instead of the
ball,
apple ball dropping.
It's a flat disc.
I thought it was just a piece of shit.
Oh,
a flat disc.
Because the Earth's flat.
But yeah, we have a couple questions. We have not.
What's your name? Why you're here?
We have not prepared for this
whatsoever.
At all. This is not good.
It's sprung up on me.
I was in this trailer all day long setting this up. That's why if you can kind of see me distracted, I'm switching the scenes on the fly, and we need a huh?
What scenes?
The scenes behind you, like this stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I have to do that on the fly, thinking about what button to press, because I don't know.
You're a fly with a white guy.
I'm a flat earther. But if anyone wants to be a Jamie or a Nadav, please let me know. I'll pay you $0.00 per week.
But you get to hang out with us at our mom's house.
At our mom's house.
Camper.
Yeah. Camper.
But you have to be quiet. And you have to take off your shoes when you go inside, and you can't use our bathroom.
Yep.
And you can't be loud.
Yep.
We don't have a bathroom.
Not in here.
No.
We do, but we don't.
You have to be Tisha.
Tisha boy. That's right.
And
But
you have to be a flat Earth supporter,
you do have to be a flat earther in order to work for us.
but not a flat person.
Oh yeah, if the Earth is flat, why the fuck are we not flat? Why am I fat? Why do I look like the goddamn Earth? Why do I have a gravitational
I
pull?
wish that we did a video.
Uh-huh.
God, see, I come up with all this shit and it's too late. It's too fucking late.
Yeah.
Maybe we have time. What if we made a video of you wearing a shirt that has the same colors as the Earth, and I am okay.
I should be the sun.
I should not be in this podcast because this is how bad I'm uneducated. And
What, you don't know the planets?
I don't know what goes around what. Like, if I was the moon, do you go around me or do I go around you?
You go around me.
I go around you.
Yes.
But then you just
So
turn.
the sun.
Oh, jeez.
I go
We're
around.
getting astronomy 101 before this.
I got
He's gonna be like Pluto. I'm like, huh?
You got the sun going around, and then you have the moon going around us while it's going around the
Okay,
sun.
too much shit going around. COVID's going around.
It's true.
Around everything. But if we were dressed like it and we did like this, like us just going around, but like one of us was like, you know, pretending they're flat, but like we're not because we're big, and just added into this podcast.
That would be funny.
How do I not know the planets? Like if
I don't know the planets.
If he starts talking about some like outer space stuff, I'm like, I wonder if he'll talk about Doctor Who. I'll talk about that.
You'll know about that.
I'll know about
I'll talk about Lord of the Rings.
Should we just bring that up?
Like, so if there's a flat Earth, is there a Middle Earth? You know, the Middle Earth from Lord and the Hobbit.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Hobbit, I just want to put this out one more time, or I've never have, but so you obviously know Tim and Eric, like Tim Heidecker, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Tim Heidecker has a show called On Cinema, and they do these live events during the Emmys, during like the Oscar show, and it's the best fucking thing that he's ever done. I'm so excited because it's like in 7 days, I think. I cannot wait.
Do you think they would ever? Do you think that there's a chance if we were to reach out to them, they would ever be our guest?
No.
Why?
No, once we have like 10 followers, I think we'll have.
How many do we have?
So we have 2 followers on the overall of like Podbean in our. I don't know if that counts like Apple Music or anything like that. I truly don't know. But
how many followers are you?
None, just 0.
Just 2.
Yeah.
2 legit. Someone out there.
No, one's us. So what other room?
Who's the other one?
I don't know. Some like accounts like WQTT. It's like some bullshit.
It's the same people that scammed you from Wish.
You mean you? Oh wait, I got scammed from Wish.
Oh yeah, I thought you were smarter, but go ahead.
Okay, it's Wish, and we were forced to do that. I didn't get scammed. I'm fine. I have no money. That's not a scam. I just don't have money. But no, it's checking time. 7 minutes.
Fuck.
I'm
gonna have the bout of diarrhea.
No, but what were we talking about? What were we talking about?
Followers. One of them's.
Oh yeah, but then on YouTube we have 16.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're gonna get out.
And like 4 of them are me.
I'm sure I'm gonna reach out to Tim and Eric.
If anything, Tim would be the more like likely one, but
I'm gonna reach out.
They're not. No, there's no.
They might.
I don't.
They
might.
might.
I don't think so. It would be fucking awesome because they're like my biggest inspirations, but
you never know.
I don't think so.
How would you know?
I'll never know.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm nervous. It's what's gonna be nice though. Once we get this out of the way, it's gonna be nice doing other guests. I don't think it's gonna be as nerve-wracking. The biggest problem for me is just like I hate how small we are. Well, not physically, but
how big they are.
How big they
not
are.
Physically.
Not physically, but like
we're the underdog.
We're the underdog. We're the complete underdog when it comes to
I don't like being inferior. I don't like being beneath.
Yeah.
I feel beneath.
Yeah, it sucks because it's like that's one thing that I don't like about it. And then 2 is like we just didn't prepare at all.
What's there to prepare for?
There's so much more. Like, I don't know, because I don't know how to. I'm not an interview person.
I'm not either.
I've never done an interview. I've never
and it's
talked
only
to.
30 minutes. So what can I say in 30 minutes? Like, first of all, it's like, hey, who are you?
Yeah. That's what that it's gonna be. He might be in a future episode again to get more,
Or he might never.
to
Or
get
he
more
might block
information,
you.
or he might block us. He might straight up block us. That's fine. But one of the two. You know, what's the worst gonna happen?
We lose that one follower that we have. There goes our revenue.
There goes our fucking 1 cent per year revenue.
We're gonna start having to fucking pay them, the viewers, to even watch us.
Yeah, we'll pay everyone $1 per view. I'm kidding. But no, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. Flat Earth podcast. But yeah,
I just want to know why us. We have like fucking 2 viewers. That's what I'm saying. Is we have 2 fucking viewers.
That's gonna be one of the
why?
That's gonna be one of the questions.
I worry. Is it because we are so low on the totem pole that people want to undercut us?
Probably. I don't care though. What does that have to do with anything?
Like, I'm wondering if people are gonna be mean.
That's fine. What are they gonna be mean about?
We're not flat earthers.
So okay, you guys no.
Do you think he'll watch this?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll ask him questions. We're talking to him in 4 minutes. So speaking of, we are going to jump to the interview now.
I'm seriously going to pee my pants.
It will be fine.
I can't. My sister. Listen to it.
We'll be fine.
Like,
okay. Oh my god. I hear it. It's like Doc Shiro. That's for your health.
Oh, we should get him to be our.
Oh, he's no way. We can
He
get John
would.
C. Riley. Are you fucking
If
kidding
this guy
me?
got.
What?
What did this guy get?
Chris Jericho?
Yeah.
But he was on Chris Jericho's podcast. He didn't get Chris Jericho.
Oh, he was on his podcast.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho has a podcast?
Yes. But yeah, he was on Chris Jericho's podcast. Anyways, we got to get ready. Here is the interview.
Why does it say start 8 p.m., Dennis?
That's his time. It's at 9 p.m.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Dennis, I have an idea.
I literally got a thing 30 minutes
Dennis,
ago.
if it says that, like, let's just for some reason.
It's because this is 7:58.
Okay. Well, let's just pretend it like. Let's just pretend it didn't happen. Like like he never connected. Yeah. It just ends up being you with a fake mustache, like a different fake mustache. You're just pretending to.
Like, yeah, the Earth is flat.
And I'm like, so, and I have a cut out of you.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Hey, you cover your mouth and be like, yeah, that's funny. And just talk with me. You're like, oh, that's interesting.
I'm all pressing these buttons.
I have no idea what's it's just going all it's going all over the place. You just don't know.
I should not be laughing before this. Your face.
Oh God, this is not good.
Oh, your face, because you're just like this.
I'm just waiting.
Me too. He's not showing up. He's not coming. Just kidding. Oh God, I'm nervous.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready when you are.
All right, perfect. So did you want to start what you wanted to say?
Oh yeah. First thing is sometimes I get nervous. I get uncontrollable laughter. So if at any point I start laughing, it's not anything that you're saying. It's just I get nervous and then I laugh. That's it. Disclaimer.
Well, people laugh at me all the time, so I'm used to it.
Perfect. Well,
and then we started watching some of your podcasts, but we purposely stopped because I don't want anything with any other opinions. So I just kind of wanted to first time hear it from you. So if we are unfamiliar with some of the things, it's just because we did not want to know things before.
No, that's best. It's best because we've lived our whole lives having a belief system, and it's fun to look into this stuff. Once you start looking, you realize wow. Why didn't I think of that before?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm excited. Well, we're both excited.
So I want to start with because we got a message. I don't know if you have a bot system that kind of follows hashtags and stuff that sends out messages, or if you do it manually. I was just wondering, how did you find our podcast, since we are really small and we just kind of started?
I have a fan that is just going around looking for people that are having interesting conversations and seeing if they want to talk about about flat Earth.
Okay.
It's during the winter we were doing a lot of small shows, so um, it's all interesting. You'll see by the comments that you get.
For
You
sure.
have a lot
For
of
sure.
people checking it out.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we just kind of want to start like introductions. My name is Dennis.
I'm
Her name
Ina.
is Ina. We know you, David Weiss. Is that how you say your last name?
Weiss like ice.
Weiss like ice. Perfect. So we kind of want to start with like where did you grow up?
Grew up on the East Coast. I
Okay.
still live here. Normal guy, college, business, worked in corporate America, started my own company, did a podcast for fun, and here I am
Still doing
talking
it.
to you guys.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we saw that you were like on Chris Jericho's podcast twice, I believe. That's like something that
I think
popped up.
3 or 4 times.
3 or 4
now.
times. Okay. Is he
Yeah.
does he believe in the flat earth as well?
On the record or off the record?
Either or, whatever you think is whatever won't get you in trouble, I guess.
I'll give you a yes or a no.
Okay. All right. I just wasn't sure. I know like B.O.B., I know that's a big one. Kyrie Irving, I believe he believes in the flat earth as well.
There's a lot of people are afraid to speak out. A lot
Yeah.
of people have spoken out and then we're told to shut up, you
Yeah.
know, or they lose all their sponsors. That's where Kyrie comes in, and
Mhm.
Shaq and the rest of them. So, anybody that looks into it, honestly, they realize that it's not a ball. The question is, do they have the balls to
To go
speak
out
up
there and
about
say
it?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you kind of start, kind of leaning more towards flat Earth? Was it kind of most of your life, or was like what piece of evidence, I guess, was it that was like, this is it? Like, this is 100%. I believe this now.
It was not at all. I mean, I'm just like anybody. You hear about flat Earth and you laugh at it, and you tell them, you delete their emails and you ban them from your social media for being so friggin' stupid to even ask you such a question. But then it's not. It's only when you take the time to look and find out what the flat Earth is and what it isn't, and what the globe is, that you realize, holy crap, I can't believe I ever believed any of the nonsense. I mean, do you know that on the heliocentric model, you think that you're spinning 1,000 miles an hour, which is faster than sound. So you're sitting on top of a ball, watching the sunset, and the reason the sun's going down is because you're falling over backwards faster than the speed of sound.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you have to believe if you believe you live in the heliocentric model. While that's going on, you're orbiting around the sun at 66,000 miles an hour. You're chasing the sun at 500,000 miles an hour. And that entire system's moving sideways at 1 or 2 million miles per hour. And somehow we don't feel any of that motion. Somehow the stars reset every year. Somehow lakes remain perfectly glass, calm water, when there's no wind, of course. Somehow all of that happens, and none of that makes any sense. This is impossible on a spinning, wobbling, curling, twirling, hurling world through a space vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
The whole idea of the Earth with an atmosphere in a vacuum. When you're in a vacuum, all gases just disperse. How can the suns, which are balls of gas, exist in a vacuum?
So, do you believe that so obviously the earth is, you think the earth is flat. Do you believe in like other planets, or are we in the central, or how do you see like the solar system? How do you see the solar system existing?
Well, we don't believe in other planets. The Earth is the foundation of is the basement of the universe. So here, it's like a giant pond. You have all the islands, all the water surrounds the islands, and all the water is surrounded by its container, which is the land of Antarctica. Antarctica is the highest land on Earth. We live in the Antarctic basin. Okay. Just think of a gigantic lake, and the shoreline is where the land is higher than the water. Well, Antarctica is the land that's higher than the water. Antarctica is not a continent at the bottom of a ball. Antarctica is all of the land that surrounds this big pond. Okay. What's beyond there? Well, no one's allowed to travel unaccompanied beyond 60 degrees south, which is this pink line. So, That's off limits since 1959 until the year 2041. It can't even be questioned by anybody. And there's supposedly land bigger than the United States that's filled with resources that no human has ever set eyes on, according to Admiral Byrd in 1958, I believe. And then all of a sudden they signed the Antarctic Treaty that says nobody can even question the treaty. Nobody can go there because we have to protect the penguins.
So who you said Admiral Burden was his name?
Admiral Byrd was
Byrd,
that
okay.
they were exploring Antarctica in the 1940s and 50s, and they discovered Antarctica and the ice wall. That was Operation High Jump. Then Operation Deep Freeze, where they discovered the firmament, which is the dome, which is frozen, we believe. Then they created NASA to hide the firmament. And then then in 1959 we created the Antarctic Treaty, which I was just telling you about. All the countries in the world somehow agreed that nobody can go to Antarctica. Nobody can explore Antarctica. And that's the only treaty that's ever lasted through time. All of these countries were killing each other, but somehow they agreed, don't disturb the penguins.
Yeah.
Even with the resource wars that are going on. Then it was Operation Fishbowl, where they were blowing bombs up in the sky, trying to blow a hole in the firmament. And then they came up with the Apollo missions in 1969 to hide it, to make you believe that, we can just go anywhere. Space is infinite. And this is all just for a prison for your mind. And when I say a prison for your mind is if I put a fence around your town, your state, your country, this side of the equator, no human's going to be happy if there's a fence that they can't go to the other side of, if they're restricted. So they put a fence around us, and it's the ball. It's a prison for your mind. It's an invisible fence, makes you think that there's nothing else out there. When in fact, in the New York Journal, which is now the New York Times, in 18 something, I can't see the date, this map was there that showed over 50 other continents outside of Antarctica. What if you knew there was 50 other continents out there?
So do you,
right?
So a question that I have with that information is is there other people on those continents? Why haven't they came over? Because it's kind of like the existence of aliens in a way for whatever.
Well, aliens, extraterrestrials. Well, what if this is where we are, and this is extra land? Another word for land would be territory, extra terra, right?
Mm-hmm.
Extraterrestrials. If this was the inner space, this would be the outer space. Extraterrestrials come from outer space. It's right there. They're telling us.
So that's your outer space rather than the outer space that the typical
infinite space
of
the cosmos that they tell us that's insanity. That's that makes no sense.
So what do you think the sun is? What is the sun to you? Is it a planet or is it a
No, the sun, the moon, and the stars that we see are not physical. They're literally the only thing that we can honestly say, we can't say how far they are, how big they are, is that they're lights. Here is the star Arcturus. Our consumer optics have outgrown their lies, right? So we zoom in on Arcturus. That's what Arcturus looks like. And here's Capella. Capella, totally different than what NASA's showing us. You can zoom in and do this for yourself. But people just didn't have the optics to do it. And here's the star Sirius. Kind of looks like it's underwater.
Yeah.
Here's a whole bunch of stars. So these are energetic lights within our system. And if you look at Mars through a super zoom camera looks like this, right? All of the wandering stars, which are now called planets, behave and look just like stars. Mars, you ever look up and see Mars in the sky with your naked eye? It's like the brightest star in the sky.
Yep.
How does a dusty, dirty ball, right? They show us Mars, and it's it's this dusty, dirty, this. How is this reflecting a distant sun, smaller than our sun because it's farther away, reflecting light back to Earth so it's as bright as a star? That makes no sense. When you look up and see that thing they call Mars, it is its own light. It's named after a demigod. All of the wandering stars are named after demigods. Mars, Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto.
Yeah. So speaking of gods, I don't know if you're open to talk about religion or anything, but do you have like a religious background, or are
Not at
you
all. I
not at
was
all? Okay.
anti-religion.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that had a part of, the
Well,
whole.
it does play a part because it's not religion. It's understanding that there is a creator. If the Big Bang theory could work with a god, and it also works without a god. And science will tell you that it's a godless explosion, and then everything is random chance and evolution. But when you understand that the Earth is intelligently designed, if you once you see what it is, you know that there is a designer, there is a creator, and then the journey that you take with that information is your own personal journey, and everybody has theirs. So, there is a creator, and that's what the elite are doing. They're hiding the creator. They want you to think that you're an insignificant random accident flying through an infinite universe where you mean nothing. You have no power, and you're just a random speck with no power. But the truth is, we are at the center of creation, where we have great power. They don't want us to know that we're at the center of creation and that nobody has dominion over us, that they can't take away our free will unless we willingly give it to them. And the way they do that is they drill down through all of our protective layers with fear, and then we end up just giving up our souls.
Okay. Did you have any questions? Okay.
And how far out do you think it goes from when you said the outer, so all the continents and stuff that are outside of the Earth? Like, how far does that all stretch out?
That's a good question. Nobody really knows. If the Earth was a ball, the circumference of Antarctica is about 13,000 miles. So that would be kind of easy to prove. You get a boat and just follow the shoreline of Antarctica and track it. If it's 13,000 miles, well, the flat Earth is out. But no one's ever done it. Captain Cook was the last one to do it, and he did it, and it took him over 3.5 years. And he went over 60,000 miles because he was making this big circle and didn't even know it. So no one's ever done the trip around. So that's that's a flat Earth proof right there.
Has anyone ever attempted to go past? I know you said that since that treaty, no one's been able to go past. Has anyone attempted to? What happens? How does that get shut down, I guess?
Yeah. So people say, well, if it's so 60,000 miles, they can't guard the whole thing. Yeah, they can. And in reality, there's only a couple access points. New Zealand, because it's very close, Santiago, and I guess South Africa. And that those would be the easiest places to get there. And there's bases, at all of them. But if you tried to go from somewhere else, you're going to be traveling thousands and thousands and thousands of miles in a place that you probably don't even have GPS. Though as you get close to Antarctica, compasses stop working, and then there's no place to refuel. So where are you going? So
Right.
there was a guy that took his small country, gave him a permit to go explore Antarctica, and before he even got to the shore, he was stopped by two UN or US warships that threatened to sink him if he didn't turn around, sent him back to his home country, and when he got there, he was arrested and jailed.
What's crazy is most countries, they hardly ever agree on one thing, right? There's always somebody wanting more power, and so it's really hard for them to
Correct.
agree on something. So for them to agree on this and kind of keep it hush hush and covered up, it makes me wonder, like, who is it benefiting and what's out there that's being kept so hidden, to where what if someone found out? Is that something that would cause, I mean, you know what I mean? So a lot of
Yeah,
countries
so
don't usually
so
agree with
absolutely.
things.
What if there's other suns out here, another sun and another sun out here? And what if there's all these other lands? What if the real controllers of our world live out there in the outer space?
Hmm.
Maybe that's what's going on. But if we're all slaves in here working for the elite. And if once you understand that you are the center of creation, that you are a powerful being, that your thoughts create your reality, they don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know how powerful your thoughts and emotions and intentions are. They want you living in fear, paycheck to paycheck, taking their, being sick your whole life. I don't want to say too much so you don't get deleted on YouTube.
Oh no, you're good.
Oh no, I get what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
they don't want you taking your power back. And the analogy I use is Neo from the Matrix, where at the beginning he's depressed, he's trying to figure out the hell's going on, but his head is still plugged into the Matrix. When he unplugs, Neo at the end of the movie, he takes back his power, finds out who he is, where he is, what he is, and the power of his own mind. And he reclaims his life, and life is better. So they don't want us knowing that, because if everybody woke up tomorrow morning to flat Earth and realized all of this, they'd be done. We are the many, they are nothing.
At what was the piece of information, I'm probably more than one, but that convinced you, okay, this is something now that I am going from what I've been taught and shown my entire life to this is what I believe in now? What was that kind of eye awakening?
There is a bunch. One of them is the plane routes. If you wanted to go from Buenos Aires to Perth, this would be the quickest route, but you don't want to disturb the penguins by flying an airplane over Antarctica, because it could disturb them. So I would say just fly around the outside, right? Either side. That would be the shortest route. But if you want to go from Buenos Aires to Perth, ready for the flight route? This is the flight route. This is what it looks like on a flat Earth map. It goes all the way up here to Miami or Houston, and then to LA. So that's one stop, two stops. Sydney, 3 stops over. Or it goes from here to Europe, to Singapore, to Perth. These are the actual flight routes, which makes sense on a flat Earth map, because you can't go across Antarctica and pop up over here like the globe would allow you to, right? Airplanes fly straight and level over the Earth plane.
I have one question. How do you then how does because we have family that live in Europe, right? So I know that they're 8 hours ahead. I've been to Europe, so I know that they're 8 hours behind here. So how do you kind of answer that? And where it's, dark, nighttime over there, when it's daytime over here, how does that work?
Yeah, time zones make perfect sense on a flat Earth. Let me show you real quickly, if I could. Give me a second. Where'd it go? There we go. So can you see that?
Yep.
So this is my app. It's called the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. And if you look, the sun, I'll speed it up. The sun goes around once every 24 hours. It keeps track of the hours and the days, and it laps the moon once every 28 days. So the moon keeps track of the weeks and the months. There used to be 13 moons of 28 days, but they hijacked us and changed it to all these different numbers and made them 12 months. They even changed the word. And you see that the sun right now isn't pinned to the hour hand, because we're in fake daylight savings time, which also throws our body clocks off. So wherever the sun is, it's noon, and the moon keeps track of the weeks and the months. If I turn on the stars lap the sun once a year. So the sun is in each zodiac for a month. Right now it's crossing from Taurus to whatever this guy is. And it'll be in here for a month until this one catches up. Then Cancer catches up. It'll be in here. And a year later, we'll be right back to where we were started. So that's how the seasons and the years are kept track of. So we're getting over to time zones. Wherever the sun is, it's noon. Right now it's noon in Eastern Australia. It's 4 a.m. in South Africa, or 4 p.m. Yeah, 4 a.m. Sorry, it's 4 a.m. I'm a little dyslexic.
Oh,
so the time zones turn with the sun, and the sun is small and local on a flat Earth. So its light only goes as far, doesn't go that far. And then the way seasons work is the sun marches between, it migrates between the inner Tropic of Cancer to the outer Tropic of Capricorn. So if I jump it forward to July or June, there we go. June, it's over the Tropic of Cancer. So you can see it's really hot in Miami, because we're going right over Miami. The sun is high in the sky above you, blazing down. But up north, it's not as hot, because the sun is off to the side a little bit, lower in the sky. And right now, it's winter in Australia, because the sun is far away from them. But 6 months later, the sun jumps out and moves out to the Tropic of Capricorn, and then in December, they're having their summer, and we're having our winter because the sun is farther away from us.
Mm-hmm.
So it migrates every 6 months in and out. The moon migrates every 28 days in and out between the tropics. So when the sun is on the inner line, like the inner northern lands, Alaska and Norway, the sun never gets far enough away from them to set. So it circles all the way around because it's never far enough away from them to set.
Mm-hmm.
But then 6 months later, when it's all the way out in the southern hemiplane, I call it, the sun never even gets to these inner lands, and it's dark there for weeks or months or whatever. It depends on how far north they are.
Right.
So that's how the seasons work and time zones.
So I had a viewer, the name of Corbin. He asked me to ask you, how do you explain gyroscopes? Because normally that runs off of a sphere. The sphere world, as most people would consider it. How would you explain gyroscopes?
Actually, gyroscopes are run off of a flat Earth. When you spin a gyroscope, it holds rigidity in space. So when you spin a gyroscope, a pilot pulls out on his runway, spins up the gyroscope level, and it holds rigidity on space on a 3-axis gimbal. So no matter which way the plane tilts, the gyroscope stays exactly parallel with the Earth. So when the plane goes up, it knows it's going up. When it goes down, it knows it's going down because this is always level. And if it was going around a ball Earth, it wouldn't rotate. It would stay, and the plane would think it was diving, but it would really be level.
Mm-hmm.
So gyroscopes prove the flat Earth. He's got that backwards.
Okay. He just asked that question and wanted you to explain that. And then also, since we're talking about planes, when you're 30,000, however much feet you are in a plane, why do you see like a curve to the obviously the higher you go, the more curve
even if
you
you
see.
ask Neil deGrasse Tyson, he says you can't see the curve at 127,000 feet. Here's a balloon at 120,000 feet, and the Earth is completely flat. When you're in an airplane, you're seeing out, one, the window is curved. Two, the edges of the window are curved. That'll bend what you're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is you see in a circle. You see out in a straight circle. So when you're standing somewhere, you see the same distance in all directions to where the point of convergence is, where the sky hits the land. And that changes depending on the atmospheric conditions. So if I'm standing right here, you see in the same direction. Then you switch that over, this is how you see. And then your body, your mind will see this curve. If you draw a straight line, there is a curve, and your mind programming will tell you that's the curve of the Earth. That's just the limit of your sight.
Okay. Did you have any other questions that you can think of?
I guess the main one, the last one I have, I guess, is what would make you, like, I guess what would have to happen, or what evidence would have to be out there for you to be like, okay, I'm going back to kind of 86ing all of this, and you know what I mean? So like what?
Yeah, no,
would something
I
have
gotcha.
to happen?
There's so many things there. We can see too far. On a ball 24,901 miles around, there's a certain amount of curvature, and a camera 1 foot off the ground, the horizon should be less than 2 miles away, 1.2 miles, but we'll just call it 2 miles. And here is a oil rig at 9.4 miles, according to globe math, not flat Earth math, globe math. There should be 59 feet of curvature, right? But not only can we see the rig, we can see the surface of the water for dozens of miles beyond the rig, where there should be hundreds of feet of curvature. So there's no curvature anywhere, and you can't chalk it up to refraction, because the refraction would have to lift the water in front and leave the rig where it is and lift the water in the back. It's all nonsense. We can see way too far. So that shows that there's no curvature. The other problem is we're in a high pressure system next to a space vacuum. Makes absolutely no sense. You can't have high pressure next to low pressure, or even a vacuum, which is worse, without a barrier. And we don't believe space is a vacuum. So, is there a barrier? I kind of think there is. There's tons of evidence up there for it. But what would convince me? I don't know. Proof of the globe, anything. Curvature, proof of axial rotation. We're twirling, whirling, and swirling through space, but somehow the stars reset every year. If you look, are you guys familiar? Where are you guys located?
We're in Idaho.
Are you familiar with the Georgia Guidestones?
I haven't heard of them. No.
Georgia Guidestones are not a pyramid. They're they're kind of like a Stonehenge that was built in 1981, I believe, in Georgia, in the state of Georgia, where they have basically the New World Order marching orders on them. But in one of the stones, there's a hole, and when you look through this hole, the North Star is always there. It's been there for over 40 years. Time lapse, all the stars will spin around it. And it's been there for 40 years. It's never moved. How are we corkscrewing through space? We've traveled tens of trillions of miles in 4 different directions at once, but the star never moves. How's that star mirroring us exactly? Makes no sense.
Right. I could talk to you for hours. I'm sad it's only 30 minutes.
There's a lot. So yeah, well, if you have some more questions, I can go a few more minutes, but here's the thing. Google is hiding all of this information. Here's another one. When you look into the distance, the reason we can't see Mount Everest, which is everyone's question, is because the atmosphere becomes opaque. There's mountains out here. You just can't see them. They just become sky. You can't see them. Let me show you another one. There's this mountain in this famous spot in Aluja, France, where people look out and they look out over the ocean. And if you're a glober, this is the physical horizon of the Earth. And out here, if you look on a map, Mount Canigou is out here, but it's 175 miles away. It's a big mountain. And according to globe math, from this height, from this distance, the top of Mount Canigou should be a mile below this curvature, a mile. Okay?
Yeah.
But on, how the sun migrates in between the two tropics? On 2 days a year, the sun lines up with this viewing spot and Mount Canigou. And as it's moving away, all of a sudden you can start seeing Mount Canigou. It's right here because the light that was bouncing off of Mount Canigou wasn't bright enough to push through, but the sun is bright enough and it starts backlighting it. And then you can see it. And the very top of the mountain right here should be a mile below the curvature. Again, no curvature, no ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One more question. When did you start believing into the flat Earth?
Again, belief is the enemy of knowing. 6 years ago, I was doing a podcast about conspiracies, and I was open-minded to lots of stuff. And I started looking into flat Earth. And when I tried to disprove it, I started seeing things like, we can see too far. And I went out and bought $1,000 worth of, camera equipment and tripods. And I went down to the beach. And I said, okay, I know this buoy is 11 miles away. There should be 66 feet of curvature if I sit at the water's edge. And I sat at the water's edge. And not only could I see the buoy, but I can see the surface of the water for 20 more miles beyond it.
So it was only
That's
6 years
impossible.
ago. It was only 6 years ago that you...
Yeah, 6 years
Okay.
ago. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's, that's pretty crazy because normally people, are lifetime into one kind of thing, but it's crazy that so late in your life.
There's so many people waking up to this. It's unreal. This is NASA's view of what they show us planets are.
Yep.
And then you look at them yourself. This is what you see. These are like, and when I showed you Mars, how it's pulsing, and I don't know if you're into astrology. I wasn't, okay, but astrology, I'm like, how could Mars retrograde motion affect my life? It's a rock 25 million miles away. It can't even affect our tides, right? How's it going to affect me? That's what I said. But now that I know that whatever it is, it's electromagnetic. It's here within the Earth system.
I'm like,
right?
it affects you because I know exactly right before it's going to happen.
But that's because we are here. We are part of the Earth system. All of these lights we see in the sky are part of the Earth system. Everything's electric, magnetic in nature. Those are the only true forces, electricity and magnetism. And we're part of that. We're all connected. All of these things happen. So, again, as I was starting to say before, Google is hiding this stuff. If you try to Google flat Earth, say, hey, top 10 reasons the Earth is a globe, is flat, you'll get a video that's top 10 reasons the Earth is a globe. If you say, moon landing hoax, you'll get pro moon landing,
Yep.
debunking videos, all stuff for weak minds to capture your mind. So that's why I created this app, the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. It's $3, and just go read the reviews. It's the highest rated app in the App Store. And basically every day there's a new video that shows up in the featured video. And I just tell people, watch the video every day for 2 weeks. And if you still think the Earth is a globe after that, send me one proof, just one, and I'll give you a Bitcoin. I'm giving a Bitcoin for one proof of the globe. But everyone that does it doesn't even bother sending me because they all become flat earthers.
Yeah.
And you too can lose the respect of your family and friends.
I want that Bitcoin.
It's
I'm gonna
okay.
Go for
We've
it.
already lost the respect of our family and
Yeah.
friends
It's
before
all right.
this, so it's
And
okay.
in the app, there's I tell people before you send it to me, you have to hit that question mark on the blue buttons on the right, and up comes all the questions that you're gonna ask. Hey, what about eclipses? What about circumnavigation? If you hit circumnavigation, up comes videos on circumnavigation that YouTube won't send you. That you won't be able to find on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's how you get all your questions answered. So again, you can spend 500 hours online if you have the fortitude to do that, and you'll get like 3 hours of good content. Or you can watch every video in there, and then when you're done watching a video, the next video that comes up bypasses YouTube's algorithm to feed you nonsense and gives you another good video.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I get it.
There you go.
I get the algorithm. But that's pretty much it. We just kind of want to get like an introduction of you and kind of see how everything goes and all that stuff. But thank you for having. Is this going to be on your show, or do you go on other people's shows, or?
This is gonna go on your YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, it's on like all of the RSS feed of all of
Yeah,
our podcasts.
send me the YouTube link, and I'll actually put it in the app, because in the app, under the web button, if you click the web button, up comes a bunch of other stuff, and this top row, second one is interviews, and all my interviews are here, and so I'll just put you at the top of that list.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Do you ever do interviews twice with the same podcast? Or I mean, I guess you do sometimes, because if you ever do, I would love to have you on here again, because I find it very interesting. And so,
well, here's the thing. What I say is, give it a little time. Watch a lot of the videos. There's good documentary videos on that app. The full length feature videos are the best, and see how it goes, and then then we have another conversation. It'll be a whole different conversation.
Awesome.
Also, beware, I have a sea of government fed trolls that will follow me to your channel. They will comment on everyone's comment saying Dave Weiss is a scammer, he's just selling apps, flat earth has been debunked, but they'll never offer a single proof of the globe, right? The only thing, they'll just throw ad hominems and never offer any proof. So watch out for them. Don't be discouraged, because that's how they discourage people.
Yeah.
Just by saying silly things.
Perfect. Well, I don't know if you have any questions for us or anything, but I think all of our questions are done for now. But yeah.
All right, guys.
All right,
Thanks.
perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right, see you. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Bye. I'm a believer. I'm legit.
Right.
I'm legit. Dennis, that makes all the sense. Did that not make sense to you?
So, the thing is, you're a believer.
Okay, can I tell you one thing that I really want happening? I am. No, but because he blew my mind like 3 times, and then it took all I kind of want you to edit, if I looked at you differently, the one when Tim and Eric talk about space and the mind is one. He's like, but because he blew my mind. Yeah. It makes sense.
So,
what part does not make sense to you?
For me, it's the whole. So, the thing is, I don't know, the whole information of. For me, it's to the point of, I just live on whatever we're on, right? So, for me, it's. I don't know too much information. What I would love to do, because I'm too worthless, fat, stupid, and retarded to do my own research, to get not even do my own research, but to do in-depth research of the globe Earth, I guess, as they call it. That way to get, so instead of me doing it, I would love to get someone else, have a guest here that is a hardcore anti flat earther, and to be able to do a little bit, more quiet. Because to me, it's like, okay, now you're just throwing this information towards me, but like I don't. It's
Oh, you like to pin.
to pin it, yeah. Because like I don't like for me, it's like I like believe what I believe, So like when he first started explaining like the whole like we're going through, obviously we're going around the sun and all that stuff. It's like it's the same thing as watching like a building fall, right? If you see like a phone fall, it falls immediately, right? But if you see a building fall, like a demolition or whatever, it's so big, but it looks like it's moving so slow, but it's still moving fast. It's just it's so massive. Like when I start running, I look a lot slower. No, but like so now put it in that perspective of the Earth, how big this Earth is. That speed isn't like it's when you're in a plane, you're going 900 miles an hour, you don't feel a thing.
Right.
You don't feel that you're going that quick. Obviously, you're going closer to the atmosphere, less air and all that stuff. But I just don't have
Damn,
the
you convinced me
information.
back again. See, no, but
I don't have the information to be able to, like, I'm not gonna like for me like when it even comes like that's why I asked him like about religion. I wasn't sure if there was like a religious background behind that or anything, but like for me, it's like I'm not like. Do I know that there's a God? No. Is there a God? To me, there isn't. For me, it's like I call it. I call it stupid. I don't like. I truly do not believe that there's a God, Jesus, whatever the hell it is. But am I gonna say that it's not real? It's like I proved like have if God comes down, then I'm a believer. Then so like I respected that he's the same way.
right.
It doesn't like even though he's hardcore into conspiracy theory, like he's hardcore into like all conspiracy theories, not just the flat Earth, but that's like
The part.
it's cool that he's open if it's true. I'm sure it's true and all that stuff because he's pretty passionate about it. But it's like if you were able to prove it, it's the same thing. And like I respect it because I'm on the other side of that spectrum.
This is my this is always what convinces me. Anytime the entire world's leaders and countries are all kind of in sync with one thing, that's when I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Same thing with COVID,
Mhm.
right? I'm not denying that something isn't out there, a strain of a new flu that's causing, symptoms, whatever. But when you have everybody, which no one can agree with shit. You can't even agree in a country, like, right? Like the United States can't agree on one president, right? Because
Yeah.
people are very different.
Mhm.
So how can every single country with all these differing opposing views, all these different things that they're trying to get out of
Mhm.
things, right? You know what I mean? It's like, how are you all agreeing on one treaty for like, so I haven't looked at the treaty. This is my first time knowing it, so I haven't researched, so I'm going off of what I was given, the information. So if this is legit, it's really out there. So how can you tell me that in agreement all the countries leaders that are important from 1959 have not broken this treaty, whereas you do know at the second that someone can break something and gain more power, they're gonna fucking do it,
Yeah.
because that's just what's gonna happen. So how can everyone keep it hush?
Yeah.
Same thing with like, like Area 51 and just all these other theories that are like conspiracy things, or like the pedophile ring and the government and all this shit. I don't not believe it, because I'm like, you think these people are actually wanting to tell us what we want to know? Like they're gonna tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Like they don't give
No,
a
I
shit.
get that part. Yeah, of
You know
course.
what I
I get
mean?
that
So it's
part
like
and
that
stuff.
makes me wonder is like, so even if it's okay, let's say it's still a globe, a sphere, whatever,
Mhm.
right? Like it's proven that's what it is, and the way everything's figured out. Okay, I still want to know though, why is this treaty there not to go past Antarctica? So something's out there
Yeah.
that you don't want people, or whatever it is, because it makes me just wonder, like, why are you all in on it?
Yeah.
Just like with COVID, when it all happened, everyone's in agreement. Why are you
Yeah.
all in on it? Like, what are
I
you?
think like
What's
so with
who's benefiting from
with
it?
COVID, I completely I just because the last time like it's been on record is well shit, even the fucking Black Plague, I guess that was on record, but like like the Spanish influenza or whatever back in 1919 or whatever it was, the whole world was in agreement there still. The thing is, the problem with the problem that it's now is that everyone's in disagreement. That wasn't always a thing. Like the
Right.
last time the United States were there's always it's not even about like choosing the president. Like you're always gonna have people that
Right,
don't
no,
agree. It's like I like McDonald's, you like Burger King. Like
No, I
that's
get
always gonna be a
that.
thing. But like the influenza, like that's when it comes to like take World War II now. There's 3 countries that don't want to. I'm sure like not everyone had the arms and the power to be able to like even make a move towards the Axis and the Allies and stuff like that. But you had 3 countries against the rest of the world. You had
Right.
Japan, Italy, and Germany that was against everyone else,
Right.
and the rest were one. So it's like I think when it comes to the something to better something, I think the whole world will agree.
True.
That to me, like, don't get me wrong, like, and the thing is, it can be fucking anything. Like, I don't like what the fuck do I know, But that's the way I look at it. Is that
Right.
during the Spanish flu, everyone was in unison because it's like, well, I'm not gonna be a fucking douche and just kill everyone.
True.
Black Plague too. It's not like, oh well, I don't fucking believe in it, but hey, all my fucking neighbors are dying.
Right.
So to me, that's the way like that I see when it comes to that. But when it comes to like the treaty, I don't know what the hell. I've never even
It's
heard of that
interesting
before and all
to
that
me,
stuff. So
when he was saying the person that went around Antarctica to see the
Yeah.
miles, and they went for like that many years, and that's interesting.
Captain Cook, he said.
Yes.
Captain Cook.
What's interesting though is the flight paths.
Yeah.
So even if it's like, let's say it isn't, let's just say it's regardless, right? Like, why don't they just travel past over Antarctica? Is it just due to like other things, to where in case you fucking plane lands, it's a lot easier to land and hopefully survive if it lands close to other countries versus
Yeah.
Antarctica where there
That
is no
could be-
GPS. Well, that's
could be
the
a
thing
huge
is
thing.
Antarctica doesn't have GPS and
Oh,
shit.
shit,
Maybe
yeah.
that stops.
Yeah.
I should have asked him about the Bermuda Triangle. He's into
He's a
conspiracy
conspiracy theorist.
I would love. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Should have asked him about the fucking oceans. That's another thing is how come the oceans are so unexplored? Like we're spending. It's gonna be off topic, maybe, but people are spending billions. I don't know how much of dollars to go and search things outer space, right? Like
Mhm.
searching out there for whatever the hell they're searching for. Probably trying to reach aliens for their extended car warranty. I don't know.
Yeah. Good one.
That's good.
Is that all you want?
No, that's
I'm
not all,
kidding,
but
I'm
that was good.
Okay.
Damn, that was good. But no one laughed. Hopefully the 2 viewers
There's
did.
no one here.
Huh?
There's no one else here. I can only laugh.
But don't you have like a laughing thing there? Like, like audience laughter?
A soundtrack? I mean, a sound? No.
You should. For when we do jokes, we can do like, haha. Anyways, why don't we explore what's on our Earth already, which is the oceans? If we can spend that much money on outer space shit, why can't we use the same money to build something that's not going to be crushed by the weight of the water and explore the unexplored areas of our fucking oceans?
Water has a lot of pressure.
So do mom and dad. On us.
No, water has a ton of pressure. Like to my knowledge, the very limited knowledge that I have, to me, it's easier to go up to space than go down. The reason is pressure.
Right.
The higher you go up in space, the
Well, you
easier
get
it
lighter
just
and
gets.
shit,
You get
yeah.
lighter and stuff. When you're going in, that shit has so much fucking pressure. It's absurd.
It's crazy that I just want to know what is the deepest point of the ocean, which I know there's information out there. I just haven't like researched it.
It's Mumera's Trench or
Oh
something.
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
It's-
yeah.
what was it called?
Marinera's Trench.
Marinera's Trench.
Or is that Marina's Trench?
yeah,
I
think
always
it's
confuse it with marinara sauce.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that he gave us a
Marina's Trench. I think.
astronomy lesson because we were struggling not knowing like where the Earth or the Moon is. So
Yeah.
it's like I'm easily
I
convinced.
know you were struggling.
I was struggling. What's living under there? Is anything because there is things that live under
Yeah,
there.
like
So the
those
fact that
fucking-
shit can live under there under that much pressure,
Yeah,
that's fucking terrifying. Those are the aliens.
they do look like aliens.
Those
If
are the
you-
fucking
Have you
aliens.
seen deep sea creatures? They
Yeah,
look
those
like
are the aliens. If you can live under that much pressure,
It's evolution.
this is interesting. I'm very open minded, so I'm not. I joke and I'm like I
Yeah.
believe it would take more, but I'm not like. I want to know why there are some people that are so strongly like opposed to shit. Like, I'm pretty open with things. I mean, there's
Me
certain
too, but the
things that
thing
I'm
is,
like,
everyone's
okay,
like that because fucking people are pretentious. Because it's the same thing as like religious people.
right.
Like hardcore atheists, even like non-religious, but like hardcore atheists, hardcore Christians, hardcore Mormons. Like they're like no, that's the fucking way, and there's nothing like I'm open to everything. Like I'm not gonna say there's not gonna be a Jesus that comes in here. I hope there is, so he can fucking fix my setup. But like I, I like it's not that I'm to me it's just like I don't like it's again to the point of like what and like I can't do anything about it. I have no power when
Right.
it
I guess
comes
to me,
to
it's like, what does it change?
yeah, like
Like,
it
what does
doesn't
it
change
change?
any.
What does it
If there is a
change?
God that comes, I'll be like, okay, cool, you guys were right.
But not even
I'm gonna
that.
live my fucking life.
Not even that. Even if it came out and there was even more supportive evidence that were like this, the things that he explained, this is exactly what it's like, similar, whatever. And I should have asked him that. It's like, what does it change though?
Yeah.
Like, what does it change? So now everyone's gonna like, are people just gonna barricade over Antarctica like Amelia and all the kids did Easter egg hunting and broke down that barricade in
Mhm.
Caldwell? No, because it's fucking cold as fuck, and I'm not going there.
Hear the story on episode number something called Easter question mark.
But no, for real. But like, I should have asked him that. But what does it change? So we
Doesn't
find out that
change anything.
so we find out that we've been lied to. Okay, so now I'm gonna be even more upset. So that like what? What's out there?
Jeez.
It reminds
What
me.
if there was just a punch of Hot Pockets
Fuck.
or
It
Mantilla?
reminds me of the movie The Village. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, that one's cool. It's
Right?
like a small version of that. Yeah.
It's very similar to where if you grow up and you're told like there's nothing past this, like
Mhm.
there's nothing, there's evil, there's whatever, and then you're gonna believe that because you're not gonna question it, right? Like this authority's telling you this is what it is, and then she went past it
Yeah.
and then realized like, oh my god, there's like a whole world out there, and
Well,
then
it's
the people, the creatures that were like harming them were like the people that were supposed to be protecting them.
Well,
It was all like to keep them there.
I'm gonna bring it back to like religion.
Right.
Like so. I don't like know a lot of like religious people, but like so Rhett and Link.
Are they super religious?
They were. So they have a podcast, Ear Biscuits. They've been doing for years.
Is it the
And
Mythical Morning?
no, they have like a podcast. That they
podcast.
do. So they had a series. They had a very interesting series when it comes to because so they were like super hard because this is like the only like open talk to that like I can like talk about, because I don't know fucking anyone else about that. But so they were super, what is it, evangelicus?
Oh, evangelical,
Whatever, evangelists or whatever. So that was their religion, like super hardcore. From the South, they're from
Fuck,
North
that's like
Carolina. They were super hardcore, like religious when it comes to that, and like their whole YouTube channel started from that because they started doing like church songs and all that stuff, and that's why they're like That's why they're so family friendly. Like they don't really curse that much, this and that, but they're super religious. And then they had I want to say it was a year ago, probably about this time a year ago. I don't know, probably, but they had like a series of like a week of episodes where like Rhett has his story of like why he doesn't believe it anymore. Link had his story about why he doesn't believe anymore. It was like a whole like week long series of like why it turned them. But the reason I bring that up is like the village. You are, and that's with anything. That's with like racism. That's with any belief that you're super brought onto because of your parents.
Right. It's just
because it's
taught
not
down to you.
like the reason I think we're so open minded is
It's
because
we ever weren't taught that. Like
we
we
were
were
never
just very like open minded family.
never talked about religion. Like it was never like, hey, you can't be religious, or other than the time that we got sent to Sundays or we got sent to that hardcore church or whatever when we were kids.
Sunday school.
Was it Sunday school?
Yeah, when the lady was like, "I'd rather be in heaven than go to Lagoon," and Mom shows up with short shorts and everyone's wearing long stuff, and I'm just like, and I remember one time I just got to do this real quick. Tanita was going to Sunday school. Those fuckers were harassing them every Sunday, knocking on their door. Sunday school, Sunday school.
Me and Ben used to go to Sunday school all the time.
Well, me and Tanita went, and this is how dumb we were. Fuck, why were we dumb? There's a flyer. It was like, who's hot and who's not. And we're like, what? That's Sunday school? Hell yeah, we're going. We're going to pick up some boys.
That's what you thought? The reason why me and Ben went was free lunch and candy.
We went. It was who's hot and who's not. It was about, like, who's going to hell. Like,
Really?
yeah, it was like some religious shit, and I'm like, we were laughing. So
Oh.
I'm gonna have her watch this particular, just like this part,
Yeah.
just because she'll remember. But I'm like, oh man, yeah, I went to because mom thought Sunday school was just school but taught on Sunday to
Yeah.
get better
Yeah,
education
yeah.
because we just
Like,
went
we
to
didn't know
America.
English. Yeah.
Worst experience of my life. Those people are fucking crazy.
Yeah. But no, that's the thing that like
Not crazy, passionate.
you, no matter like what it is, like if you are brought upon something like so aggressively, like it's you can always have that spin around, but you're gonna always have, because there are those people that I honestly think that if you're so focused on a thing and it controls your life, that you are crazy. I'm not gonna fucking say that you're not crazy.
Oh yeah,
Like for him, that makes him money. You know what I mean?
right.
Like it can all come down to money. Like that makes him money. So it's like for me, it's like whatever. You're going out there doing your thing, but hey, you're trying to sell this app. You're getting money from a podcast. Whatever, cool. But like same shit with fucking religion. They're all goddamn rich when it comes to like the hierarchy, But like when it comes to that, you're so that something controls your life so much just because it controls your life. If it's not for like monetary value, even though it's still fucked up, but whatever. At least you're doing it for something to feed your family, whatever. But to be so stuck on something and let it control your life so much, no matter what it is, I do believe you're fully blown fucking TikTok crazy.
People that are so stuck on whatever topic they are that they'll turn on family members, turn on friends, turn on like there's people that I'm friends with or people that I know that their views, like their political views or their human rights views or whatever, are different than mine, right?
Yeah.
I am still friends with them. I might not choose to talk about those subjects with you because I'm passionate my way and you're passionate your way. And I respect you enough to not break that friendship up because I know if we get into some heated argument, it might cause issues. But I'm an adult enough to be like, hey, look, like because I find shit like this interesting to talk about, right? But when people are like super close-minded or they push it down your throat, like the difference is him answering our questions, it was very like informative. Here's the information I have, here's this, and it's not just like you know what I mean? Like there's some people that are like push it down your throat or they're preaching it. It's like, dude, like it's like super intense and I don't like that. It's like we can have an open discussion about it. I will sit down with I will interview the most religious Jehovah's Witness who's annoying as fuck every single day knocking on my goddamn door. I will talk to you. You can tell me about yourself and I'll listen to it and I'll respect you, you know, because you're nice enough to come talk to me, but don't be like, the difference is when it's like, I'm being nice, I'm respecting and being open, but yet you're like shunning me or treating me like shit. It's like, no, it has to be both ways. Like, I respect your view, you should respect mine, and respect me not to like be part of your view, but like I'll listen to you, you know?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It's like if you're like that's how it is for me. Like it's the same thing. If you're super like I can have friends that have opposite views.
Right.
Like I don't give a shit. Like you're a cool person. You believe what the fuck you want to do. Like you're gonna fucking die in a grave at the end of the day. I'm gonna die in a grave at the end of the day. Probably not a grave.
Like a creek because we can't
creek
afford
or something.
it.
Yeah,
That's the thing. Like you said, it is really important the fact that we were raised very just like I remember mom and dad telling us like, I don't care, go whatever. Because I remember going to church with Jake, and I remember going to like because I'm just like I'll go to be nice, but I don't give a shit. Some things I heard, I'm like, oh, it's kind of interesting, but it wasn't like whatever. That's why things like racism and everything like that will never go away. When people say, "Oh, racism needs," it fucking won't.
It will, but it'll take a long time.
It will take generational change.
It's a filter. So like the way it works, the way that I see it is, it's a filter. That we're like literally on the first filter.
Right.
The first filter, because like you talk to so many like, I don't know how it'd be like for Bosnians because like we didn't have like other like I'm sure like we're racist towards fucking
no, but if you go to Bosnia now, there's still I don't know, but there's still a hatred for like other religions because of the war and everything.
Because the war, I get that part because that was something.
But it's still
whatever.
like that's what I'm saying
there,
when you have experienced something. So like even though I was born there, I don't remember any of that, so I didn't experience it. Whereas, like, mom and dad could have raised us completely differently.
Oh, yeah.
If mom and dad saw that and felt, developed a lot of hatred for a certain religious
Yeah.
sense of people. And as we're growing up, like we maybe didn't teach us, but we would hear words like, I hate, let's just say Muslims. I hate
Yeah.
this person. I hate this. And we were hearing it. That's going to be our language too. And we're
Yeah,
going to grow up and
of
be like, I
course.
hate this. I hate
Yeah, of
this.
course.
And then I'm going to, you know,
You're gonna
we'll
live
say it
like
to my
that,
child, and
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, there's 3 generations right
Yeah.
there of people that are already hating this type of people.
Yeah.
So then it's like having to get to a point in your life where you're like, wait, let me, and that's only if you're open. But if
Mhm.
you have parents that are super crazy religious or crazy whatever, in
Yeah.
whatever sense, dude, that's hard to grow up and get
course.
to a point where
It
you're
is.
like, let me explore other
Yeah, it's
things.
like, wait, I don't think that's right.
That's why religion shouldn't.
And that's another
be
spot
like-
talk about like Rhett and Link. I'll go back to that, but like that was a big part of them because their religion was like super anti-gay and stuff, and that they employ like their main fucking employer is a lesbian, and like and then they're like, wait, like there's nothing wrong
Right.
with these people, you know what I mean? Like, why is my religion telling me this stuff? So the thing is that's why I see it as a filter system, because like, so you have your filter, now you have the first people going through, but then like at the end of your lifetime, especially, I think that filter is just going to go quicker as time goes on because of technology and
Yeah.
the source of information. Because before it's like, hey, I'm racist, and that's that.
Right.
you
Now
know?
it's like everything's caught
Now it's
on
like,
video
wait,
and
like
shit.
like that doesn't seem right that this fucking person's being discriminated because of who he is.
Right.
Like you see it, and then like I feel like that filter is going to move a lot quicker.
Right.
I don't believe racism is going to go fully away, but and that's everything. I see like less religion and stuff like that kind of going away,
Right.
things like that. Obviously there's still a ton of that around, but like I feel like open-minded people are coming out more.
I think it's a fact that, as obviously there's bad things about technology, right? Because then
Yep.
there's a lot of things that you can read that look legit.
Yep.
Like you think you're going to win an Apple Watch by doing a 7-question survey, just
Yep.
only to be scammed, like I almost was an hour ago. So things sometimes look legit. Maybe not that one, but you know what I mean? Like, so information could be fed to you the wrong way,
Yeah.
right? That's why it's important to look at different platforms. But I think like back in the day when all your information was given from news and the TV,
Mhm.
it's like, what else do you know? Like,
Yeah.
that's all you know. And whatever Barbara tells you at the fucking grocery store,
Yeah.
oh, did you hear about Janet? And,
Yeah.
like, then you know. Now that you have your phone, and I think it gives people more chance to be more open. To like, oh, wait, let me explore this. Let me look at this. And then question things
Yep.
as adults. Like, am I okay with this? And I love seeing people break, like, generational cycles of shit.
So there's that side of it, but then there's also the side of the more aggressive people,
Oh, yeah.
where because now there's more information that it's like everything's a false narrative,
Right.
and they'll believe what they want to believe
Oh, yeah.
on their spectrum. So it's everything in life has pros and cons except Mantia.
Right.
That's all pros.
All I know is whether the Earth is a globe or whether it's flat, I
I'm
still
gonna
don't want
die.
to fucking live on it.
Yep,
Okay,
exactly.
either way. You tell me
Yes.
this Earth is made out of fucking pizza, my ass is eating the ground right now. Either way, I cannot wait until I'm not on it.
Preach.
And then you can put my ass
in the fucking Antarctica, 69th line, or whatever the hell
you
it is.
can dress me up
Fucking-
like a penguin and shove me, and I'll be an informant. You can shove me up in space. You can shove me down in the marinara trench with some marinara sauce. I don't care.
Yeah.
But no, it's this close
For.
to be a believer. But no, for real. I'm pretty open to it. It's interesting. Like legit, when I said I could talk to you for hours,
Yeah.
I would fucking literally listen for hours, and then I'm like, okay, what's the next conspiracy theory? Because I fucking love I love conspiracy theories with like the pyramids, ancient aliens.
Yeah.
Fucking God.
You're like Dad.
That's
Dad
what I get.
loves
I love that
conspiracy
shit. That's the
theories.
one thing that me and Dad have in common.
You and
That
Dad.
is the one thing
yeah.
that I remember when he was in Twin. We watched Ancient Aliens every
I
fucking
know
day.
you guys are. Yeah, you guys are huge.
I
into
love that
conspiracy
shit. John Benet Ramsey, I'm still waiting to figure out what happened to her.
theories. I don't know what that is.
This is the last episode I'm going to join you on. I'm just kidding. No, look it up. We should interview more people with conspiracy theories, now that I know.
We should interview a lot more people. If you guys want to be a guest, join in. DM us on tars.
Dude, I'm down. This was not that bad. For a minute there, I saw your face and you're like trying to like stay serious. Not because anything was said that was funny, but because I was like, oh man. And so the whole time I could not look at you. Because if I looked at you, then.
I was looking at you a lot, and I wasn't really looking at you at all. I was just looking at metering because I got really nervous, like literally 3/4 through the interview. I'm like, is what's it called? Zoom like restricting the audio coming through. I'm like, oh fuck, is it not getting his audio? So I got like really nervous, but I was trying not to like make it a thing. And then you start
Oh.
talking, and like now I can see myself talking, but when you're on different scenes, it will like adjust. And I didn't see any lines, and I'm like, fuck. And then I see like that's why I kind of like adjusted myself.
Oh yeah.
Because I needed to see, and then I saw like, okay, thank goodness.
Well, that was cool.
No, it was cool.
I like the app.
Yeah. What?
I like the app.
His app?
Yeah.
Are you gonna buy it?
I think so.
I want that Bitcoin. Bitcoin's like at 40K, I think.
I don't have anything to disprove it. Nor do
I'm gonna fucking go to Antarctica.
Fly your fucking drone over it. Mine that I got off of Wish.
The Wish drone. I'm gonna fly the Wish drone to Antarctica. Just strap a little danky ass fucking camera. But the setup is good, huh?
Fuck yeah,
His shit was dope. He had the webcam and stuff. So
this is good. This
yeah,
is legit. Too legit to quit.
Yeah, we had I was in here all day readjusting this and all that stuff. But no, we are like 100% now set for like digital guests.
Dude, this is awesome. I'm down. I want to find people. That's why, you know what? I'm going to because I've not been very supportive in this quest because I don't know what to do because I don't know how to do any of this. But what I can do and what I will do is I'm going to go to the different podcasts. Ones that ones I just find interesting, you know, and it doesn't have to I'm not going to go through all of them because then I'll just look like a scam. Right? I'm not going to do that. But legit, like, ones that I'm like, wow, I could, like, actually talk to them and send out a message. Like, and whatever. They might all say no. Whatever. I put it out there. But no, it's interesting getting other people to be. I
know. I talked to Luis about this. Like, I want to become this for, like, it sucks that you can't really do it physically, but I would love to, like, talk to even other people in, like, the community and stuff like that. Like, that's why, like, on the first day I made our Instagram page, the fucking one of the first that's always been there is DM us to be a guest. I just want to hear, and like this was just like that, but like I just want to hear different people's stories of things. I want to hear their upbringings. I want to hear, you know, what they believe in, you know, because I feel like that's something that we can do because we are open-minded.
It would be fun to get, and I know this is like not someone that we don't know, but it would be fun to get like Admin to do like, and, you know, whether it could just be digital, just as it's easier, but because he grew up and he has a similar childhood experience, so it's like it would be fun because I remember one time when I was at Mina's house, we started talking about like the fear of like moving away because it's like that's like you can't, and then we just started talking about things and like how we both have like abandonment issues, and he was like, what? Like I didn't even think of it that way. I'm like, yeah, dude, because we left like. We didn't we weren't abandoned by our family, but like shit, we had to abandon everything that we knew. Those are abandonment issues. Twice, right? Culture and food and everything. So it'd be interesting to get people like that.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, that's fine,
dude. I'm down.
I want similarity people. I want similar people.
And I want people that are like super opposite. I would love to get someone that's like
a little batshit crazy.
A little batshit.
I wish we could get Fed Smoker on here. Rest in fucking peace, Fed Smoker.
Who's that? Is it bad I want to get someone
from God, sorry guys, sorry.
Is it bad I want to get someone from a prison?
No.
Like a serial killer?
No, that'd be fucking sick.
I would love that.
Fed Smoker, hold on.
You don't know how to spell, you're fucking dumb.
It's this thing. Yeah. I fucking love Fed Smoker.
Things first.
Is this gonna be in your video?
You want to take yourself a hook knife. Like this, work best. Try to get all the dog food off it. And
so this guy's a fucking meth head. He died from I don't know from what.
Meth?
You taking notes?
Probably, but he lives in this car.
Now,
his name's Fed Smoker. He always aggressive like this.
Folks, this is probably going to hurt just a little bit.
What is he doing? Oh my God! No, I don't want to watch this.
Quit.
I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch this. I don't want to watch this. This is so cringy. I don't want to watch it. Can you turn it off? Can you exit out? I don't want to watch it. La 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 la.
He almost got it.
I don't want to watch it. Is he taking out his tooth?
He's one of the best dentists, and I need to go get dental work done. I want to see this guy.
I can't. This is some like we live in America.
No, he's fine. He got it. Look.
I don't want to.
There he goes.
I don't want to look. I don't want to look.
He goes up. So he goes up to people.
This is one thing I'm not open-minded with.
He goes up to people. He'll go up
Look
to
at
like
how you
security
pause that
guards.
shit.
I know.
But he's wearing a mask, so that's cool.
Wow. I don't know if this was during COVID because he like
Probably
died
not.
last
It's probably because his fucking bad tooth.
Probably, but he goes up to people and he's like, there was one. He goes up to him. He's like, "How'd you get a job there, you fuck face?" He's so aggressive with everyone. Love him. Rest in peace, Fat Smoker. But yeah,
It would be fun to get businesses, like local businesses that are being suffering by COVID.
after you just talked about how you want all the businesses to
Yeah.
suffer.
Yes,
because
and I want to talk to them about. Did you talk about maybe
Yes.
raising your fucking wages?
I love it.
That's the one thing. I was
Yeah.
pretty good. I thought I was gonna be all pissed off talking. Because I didn't know how to. Because I did not know how it was gonna be approached to me. I matched the energy.
You know what? I can't wait for you to watch this episode
Why?
so you can hear your fucking voice.
What's wrong with my voice?
You go so like you're a professional TikTok, and then you're like, so do you think that there was? Do you believe that the flat Earth was going to be the thing here, going to the, But then you're like, TikTok, Monty,
Shut the fuck up! No, I don't.
Yes, you do. When
Did I
you were
change
on
my
the
voice?
phone, when she was like, I can't understand you on the phone earlier today, there's a reason why you're like,
She can't understand me because I was trying to fucking spell Zlatan,
Oh.
and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Z, as in zebra, L as in Larry, A as in." She's like, so
But
she
you're
spelled
like,
it
that's not how you-
ZLARTAN.
If you said it like that,
Zlartan.
if you said Z as in, she would have understood. But you're like, Z as in,
Z as in Zlatan, L as in Latan, A as in Atan, T as in Tan, A as in An, N as in Na. Did you see what we did? We went from flat Earth to racism to this is what we just did, and
Yeah.
Mantia in between. We're fucking cool as
I
shit.
know we are. I know we
Talking
are.
about real shit.
Shit. I love it.
Talking about real shit.
Talking about it, that's the voice. But yeah.
We're holding interviews open for people to do that, right?
Yeah, if anyone wants to be a Jamie, that's all you gotta do.
But we don't have a good studio, so we'll just put a blanket over you.
No, I would get an extended cord. You would. This is your job. Okay, let me get on this camera. This would be your job. I would move this to the back. You would have a microphone,
And you
hooked
can
up
lay on the
to,
fucking bed.
and that's what you would literally lay. And as you hear me talking, you just click that button. If you hear my sister talking, you click that button. If you hear both of us talking, you click the other button.
Mom
if you want to
could
watch
do
Fed
that.
Smoker,
Oh
could
my
be your
god, Mom would. We should. It would be so funny if Mom's like, "You're talking, but it's on me." She's like, "I don't know how," and I would not show her anything. She'd
No.
be getting
She's
frustrated.
like-
Did it go back and forth?
Yeah.
Let me see it again.
It's like dum, 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 dum.
We
But
should get Dad to do it.
No, nie nacho scene, drago.
Oh, yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Dobra.
It's like an
Że
interview.
chowaj, dobra. Dawaj zuby. Dobra, dentist.
Super.
Um,
Oh, why not? Obamacare.
Obamacare.
This is your free healthcare.
Oh man, I love Fed Smoker. Rest in fucking peace. But yeah, I think that's it for
That's
the
good.
episode. How can you
It
move
is
your head?
10:12. We've been doing this for like.
Oh wow,
what?
we've only been we're actually good on time. We've been only recording for an hour and 27 minutes.
Okay, cool.
I thought we were recording for like 3 hours.
It feels like 3 hours for
I
you
will-
because you've
I've-
been in here for 3 hours.
I've been in here for fucking like 7 hours. I was in here before you ate Mantia.
I know.
Yeah, I've been here all day. But thank you so much for joining on episode number 13 of Talking About Real Shit podcast with David Weiss of the Flat Earth Podcast. Thank you for being a guest. Hope to have you again. Hope to have other guests in the future. And
Like Jericho.
yeah, if we can get Chris Jericho, I would fucking love to talk to Chris Jericho. Y2K and shit. I was such a big wrestling fan back
I
in the
would love
day.
to spit The Rock. Could you spell what The Rock is cooking?
He brings some of his tequila. That would be cool. But no, Chris Jericho could be. The Rock would not be able to fit in this fucking thing.
What if we got to a point where we got so big, not physically, that we were able to like interview certain celebrities? That guy
Really?
that does the wings in interview, like the hot wings. in
Cold
interview-
ones or hot ones?
Yeah, hot. I like his interview
Cold
thing.
ones is another one that I want.
But like that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's whatever. It's
So that's
cool.
like,
Yeah, we won't.
that's like, but no, we'll see. One more thing, I want to shout out my two friends. can't even say their names. Isaac and Megan. They just got engaged. That's why I was on FaceTime.
What?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
I know.
awesome.
They've been together for like 7 years. So congratulations, guys. I know you guys watch this. So
They finally popped the question.
yeah,
Was it cool?
the way they popped the question.
Mhm.
I don't know. I didn't ask
No.
him. I'll ask him when we hang out. But
Hey, have him be a guest.
he's like he's talked about like being a guest and stuff like that, like through Discord or like through like
Oh, let's do it.
But yeah, no, it's yeah. So congratulations, guys. But other than that, that's the end of episode 13. I want to thank David Weiss again for joining in. And other than that, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much, and I hope to you guys. No, that's why am I doing my D6 28 outro?
No. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
Is that the? See ya, retards.
You need help?
No.
You really don't?
No.
My head hurts from this.
No, I'm
I gotta
good.
go take a shower.
Okay.
I'm a believer. I'm about to YouTube a bunch of flat earth stuff. I'm about to
Oh,
get that-
flowers.
Flat earth, not
Yeah, I know.
flowers.
Alright.
I'm about to get that app.